Hi, welcome to Barcart Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're talking about Reset by Sarina Dahlan. Reset is a utopian science fiction novel set in 4 planned cities that have been built in the wake of the last war, a culturally and ecologically devastating event that has really devastated the global population, leaving these 4 cities as, at least as far as the characters know, the only remaining population centers, certainly the only remaining population centers that they have access to, as the 4 cities, despite recreating this very temperate mid-Atlantic New England climate and seasonality, exist within the California desert, and so are sort of bounded off from the rest of the world by nature. And this is fine. It's a very peaceful and, as I said, utopian community. Food is all taken care of. Every need is provided for. And every person gets to, every 4 years, live an entirely new life. One of the features, sort of the cost of utopia, you could say, in the 4 cities, is that every 4 years, every adult has their memory wiped, a process called Tabula Rasa, the idea that you will avoid preconceived prejudices and negative thinking by starting fresh every 4 years. New name, new house, new occupation, new chances for relationships. And this is where the conflict of the novel really starts to appear, because it is at its heart a love story, and dealing with the question and the idea of what does it mean to love someone, and what does it mean to be separated from them in 4 years? Do you have a chance to, by happy happenstance, find them again, or is it okay that you're just finding new people every 4 years? And we get a lot of different perspectives on this. Most notably in the main character, Aris, but also in the other people in her life. So we're really thinking about relationships and what the effect is on our relationships when we have our mind wiped every 4 years. Is it worth that for these characters? It's a very sweet story. It's also a sad story. It was one that I found a little bit mournful as I was reading, just a little bit blue, I guess you could say, where we're building to this opportunity for characters to come back together. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but what is that going to mean in the long term? Because the entirety of the novel takes place in the 6 months right before a Tabula Rasa event. And so that sort of deadline is looming and drawing ever nearer. It was really, it was a powerful thing and a thoughtful thing. And so it was a book that inspired a drink. So without any further ado, why don't we get to making this week's drink. Our drink is called While We're Together. It's going to be a shaken sour for the spring and summer months that we're here in now. And why don't we get started? So, we're going to start with our base spirit. I've got some gin here. I've got the Gray's Peak gin. It's one of my go-to cocktail gins for this time of year. Really good price, mixes well in gin and tonics, in gimlets, in a lot of different classic cocktails, and so it's one that's going to work really well for some of our new drinks here as well, our novel cocktails. And we're going to get, it's going to be a slightly odd amount of our gin that we get in there. 1 1/4 ounces. We'll get 1 ounce into our small tin, and we'll get 1/4 ounce. There we go. Just a little bit, get that there. And the reason why we're going to do just the 1 1/4 is because we're going to fill that other quarter of what will be a 3-2-1 sour with absinthe. Like some of the other books that we've discussed here on Barcart Bookshelf, Reset is a book where absinthe captures the imagination is tied to dreams and memory. There's a drug in the novel called absinthe, which is not a traditional absinthe, but is used as a hallucinogen to help unlock memories and dreams of characters' past cycles, because there are people who want to remember, who want to live in the past and in the present. We're going to get a 1/4 ounce of that in there. Again, a little goes a long way with the absinthe. It's got some really intense flavors in there, but it's going to complement the herbal notes of the gin in a really lovely way. Now, as I said, 3-2-1 sour, classic combination, and we're going to get an ounce of lemon juice. So, going to get light and bright, freshly squeezed, just that citrus zing, and a classic sour ingredient. Now, the thing that's really going to make this a little bit of something different, a little special treat is I have got here a lemon balm syrup. Now, as I said, the absinthe that's made in the book is not really true absinthe. It's made with these flowers called humnos flowers. They're sort of green, and they provide this dream hallucinogen that unlocks memory. Of course, these flowers don't exist in my garden, but a really lovely green plant does, and that's lemon balm. It's going to bring a bit of green and sort of a citrusy zing. Not quite similar to mint, but I do make the syrup in the same way that I make my mint simple syrup. So taking a standard simple syrup, equal parts sugar and water, and infusing that with a good handful of lemon balm leaves overnight, replacing those and doing another 24-hour cycle. So 2 nights of fresh lemon balm and simple syrup. You're going to get a really nice, intense, sort of freshly different herbal quality. And we're going to get a 1/2 ounce of that in there. Just a little bit of sweetness to provide texture and to soften things a little bit while adding this sort of green, fresh herbal quality. Then, as our final note, Eris, the main character, is frequently described as smelling of lavender. She uses lavender oil in the bath, and so I wanted to get a little bit of that in there as well. I've got some Lavender Bitters from Scrappy's, one of my favorite bitters producers, and we're going to get 2 dashes of that in there. Again, a nice sort of herbal, springy, summery ingredient that's going to really bring some nice flavors that'll complement the lemon and the lemon balm and the gin, and just really form this lovely spring sort of cocktail. Now we'll get our ice in there. Just a few cubes of ice to shake it up, wake it up. Always adding our ice last, as you know, because that's really what cooks your cocktail. And we seal our tin flat of the hand. Nice, easy flush on one side, open on the other, and shake it up. Lovely. Oh, nice and frosty. Looking great. Feeling great. Give it a stout tap. I'll open right up. And take our trusty Hawthorne strainer and our stemmed cocktail glass and just strain that down in there. A little bit green and definitely frothy and fresh. The sort of thing that you might share with your long-lost lover in the scant time that you have together. And so there you have it. While we're together, a shaken sour in honor of Reset by Sarina Dahlan. The book is available now. Many thanks to Blackstone Publishing, publisher of the book, for providing me with my copy to help make this week's video. I've got a link to snag the book down below if you're looking to check it out yourself. Also to the Boston Shaker, where we get all of our tools and ingredients, except for the ones we make ourselves. Twitter and Instagram, where there's always a written version of the week's recipe. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell up in the corner so you never miss an episode. Got new drinks every Tuesday at noon. Try the drink, let me know what you think, and until next time, cheers.